And good evening, Hotfix Nation. Welcome back to another episode of Hidden Heroes. This is the Hotfix show where we showcase speedrunners who are a part of marginalized communities and the games that they're passionate about and that they want to show off. I am your host, Anarchy, of course, and today we are on a bit of a different day due to the holiday, but don't worry, we will be back on Tuesday after this episode. Tonight, I wanted to take some time to highlight some of the amazing event we had a little over 2 weeks ago, GDQ, which wrapped up. Then this episode, we will be seeing 3 runs that were on backup for that event as we continue to celebrate queer joy even when times get a little bit rough. To go over the schedule for tonight, right quick, up first, we're going to be having the Pied Piper with Biz. And then after that, we will be having Starfleet 99 with Star Wars Battlefront II. And then to close off the episode, we'll be having James Swan running Metal Hellsinger. So as always, we've got some really great games and some even greater gamers tonight, so make sure you stick around for the show. For tonight's shirt bit, got one of my favorite ladies, Nev Gallus, a woman that she is. It's not Friday yet, but it's close enough, so happy Friday afternoons. And speaking of women, I do want to quickly shout out Frame Fatales. Frame Fatales is, of course, a community of women and femmes who share a passion for speedrunning, gaming, and charity. In addition to their 2 flagship events, they host activities year-round in their community Discord, like Game of the Month and Randomizer events. So type !FF in chat to learn more and to get involved. And also, just so you know, submissions for Frost Fatales have actually just opened up. So if you're a part of the community and you want to submit, you have until Sunday, November 23rd. But with that, I think I have done enough yapping for the beginning of this episode here, and I think it's time to get on with the show. So I want to welcome on the Pied Piper, who's going to be running this. Oops, all levels. So good luck and have fun.
Sweet. Awesome. Thank you, Anarchy. Welcome on in, everybody. I am the Pied Piper. I'm hopefully going to get you guys a little bit of Pied Piper. I do want to start out with saying like major hype, 50K I'm gay for Lambda Legal and GD Queer. It was such a exciting event to watch. And Anarchy, this is a dream because it was a huge honor to be selected as a backup runner, and it feels good to know that every runner that got selected got the opportunity to run. But it's also a little disappointing for us backup runners who were ready, prime, tech checks. So to be able to have everybody get their opportunity and then us still be able to showcase these games, we really appreciate it. So as said, this is Oops All Levels, which I'll be going over a little bit. But I'm the Pied Piper. With me is one of my best friends for over 15 years now, joining me, Weplong. So Weplong, if you want to introduce yourself real quick.
Hi, yeah, I'm Weplong. We've known each other since high school. There's not much more introducing I need to do about myself.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you guys can see, we're playing BZZZT, which is about this little blue robot here. I'm starting on this because we're actually not going to see this level during the run. I really want to point out, so this is all pixel art. It was 1.5 million, I think, with the bonus content that we're going to be watching today to do all of these backgrounds. So just look how beautiful this game is right now. And then as I play through it, because we're going to be zooming fast, make sure you guys are just checking everything out in the background. And then talking about robots, I do want to just say I want to ask chat, start spamming in chat what your guys' favorite robot movie is and let us know throughout it. And Anarchy, just fill us in on what some of the people are saying as we go through the run. If we hit any lulls, I'll start off. I think one of my two top favorite movies is an oldie and a newbie. My oldie is The Iron Giant. I love that movie as a kid, featuring Vin Diesel as the Iron Giant. And the newbie, Wild Robot, had me bawling my eyes out in theater recently. So good. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Wept, what's your favorite robot movie?
I'm cheating a little, but mine's Pacific Rim. I know they're not robots. Yeah, Pacific Rim. They're not robots, but they're fun.
I believe it. And then Anarchy?
Those are all great choices. I would have to say +1 on the Wild Robot. I was also crying in the theaters when I watched that. But also, I believe it's 2005 Robots. That is a great movie.
Yeah, dude, I quote that all the time. I know that the back of my hand. Oh, that's new. Yeah, huge. Yeah, great choice. So the big thing is, so if you guys saw, we performed this at AGDQ 2025 almost a year ago now, and we did an any percent run, which means beating the story game, which is 1 through 52, as quickly as possible. Now, for a long time, there's only 3 categories to this game, which is any percent, 100%, and all story trophies. And so any percent beat 1 through 52 as fast as possible. All story trophies means going through 1 through 52 and getting these golden trophies on each one, and we'll go into more explanation as we do the run. and then 100%, which meant doing golden trophies for all 76 levels. So these levels are bonus levels, and that's what makes this really interesting. So for a long time, we didn't have a category that allowed you to play these 24 levels specifically as fast as possible, and that didn't sit right with me. So we spent a lot of time as a community working it out, and like I just want to show you guys my notebook, because it has been like, we have gone through like iteration after iteration, and there's like 4 pages of like which levels are the best. And I do think that this offers the most amount of routing, and the reason why, if you look, we start every game from a new file, which we'll be doing here shortly. But to unlock these levels, you have to meet certain prereqs during your run. So we have to collect 250 bolts, then we have to get 40 trophies before we hit level 71. So it was really a lot of time in us like figuring out which levels we want to get perfects on, where are we getting these bolts, what's the quickest way to do it. And there's still so much variation. So if you guys like are loving this game and you want to run it, and like this is one of the most interesting categories, if you're interested in like how routing works, or if you like routing games, please like hit us up, and we'd like love to like get and like pick your brain. But any questions about the game or anything I missed before we kick off, Wept or Anarchy?
No, I think you covered it.
Yeah, I'm ready to see the run.
All right, sweet. So there are 4, we're going to cover this real quick. So there are 4 different game modes. Very easy, which gives you 5 lives, so you can like get hit a bunch. Then there's fewer levels. So if you're playing this game and like you are having some difficulties, you can always change your game mode at any time, so it's accessible and it makes it a little bit easier. Easy through insane, the levels are exactly the same amount of enemies. Easy means that you can get hit 3 times. Normal, as soon as you get hit, you have to restart that level. And then insane, you only get 7 lives to beat the whole game. And after you've died 7 times, it actually deletes your save file, and you have to start the whole run like from the beginning. So we, for the speedrun community, since normal and insane, it's basically the same thing. We categorize them together. So you'll only see speedruns for very easy, and normal. And there's a lot of different strategy between the 3 categories. But we're running normal, so we can only get hit once. So we're going to be doing a lot of ducking and diving. And without further ado, Anarchy, you mind counting us in?
Yeah, a countdown from 3. 3, 2, 1, go.
Sweet. All right, welcome on in, everybody. So how the story kind of goes, like I said, we're playing as ZX. And ZX is commonly referred to as like an over-glorified toaster. We're AI and like this little blue robot. And we're currently, you'll see in the background, Norbert and Emily, who are the scientists that created us. And they're currently going through some challenges to see how well we're doing and like so that we're like up to par. And there's been some robots before us that we'll see. And so we'll see as we go through. I accidentally just reset that level, but that's fine. Because I was holding right, but no biggie. So you can see them up top just watching us. And then what we're doing right now is we're collecting these bolts, which goes back into that routing that I was talking about. And then just like re-emphasizing, just look at these backgrounds. They slowly change. How this game works is that right there's a shortcut. And that's why this game is really interesting, because in any percent we do that, and then 100% we don't. So we get basically the best of both worlds. We get the best strats from any percent and the best strats from 100%. And we get to showcase it in a single category. So part of my like routing for this legitimately was like, what are some of the coolest tricks and some of the things that I really enjoyed doing in the run? And how do we make a category that we're able to do that? And anytime you say anything, my mind immediately goes to the Oops All Berries. I hope you guys enjoyed the Oops All Wario event over the weekend. I know that was really cool and really hype, and it was like funny to be like, oh, they're doing an Oops All, and then we're gonna be doing an Oops All a couple days later. So that was really neat to see. Oh, we missed one. But one of the things to note with our routing is that I do have a few backups. So if we have 3 backup levels. So if I do that, instead of going back and possibly losing our perfect, which a perfect, what that requires is for us to collect all of these bolts. And then also you'll see in the top right, you'll see a timer. Now that timer has a pizza being eaten. And our goal is to beat the level with all the bolts and before that pizza gets eaten. And that's the only way we can get a perfect. So remember, we have to get 40 perfects before that. We talked about some of the robots that came before us. So this game's commonly referred to as a nod to the 80s. Oops, missed that shortcut right there, but no biggie. Ooh, a lot of these jumps. So this is haptic jumping. Web, do you mind talking about haptic jumping real quick?
Yeah. So it's similar to Mario, a lot of other platformers where your jump height's not fixed. You can start a jump, and if you hold the button, you go a little bit higher. If you let it go right after you press it, you jump a very short distance.
Yeah, so the big thing with that, is to take advantage of that, we do a thing called snoop jumping. So as Webb said, depending on how long I hold it, so there's like a peak of our jump, right? And so that's based off of X milliseconds of me holding the jump button. We hit our peak, and then I basically have about 3 frames to then re-engage our jump. And that gets us a jump that the dev doesn't intend for us to get, but it also means that sometimes there's those harder jumps like getting into that shortcut that we did earlier. One of the things that's really cool about this category as well, that you don't see on any percent, but you do get to see on 100%, is those magnets. So if you guys watched this run at AGDQ, you might have saw that magnet and been like, I don't remember that being in that game. So the magnet's really cool, and we use it to our advantage, because either we could like go around the whole level trying to collect things, or we just get the magnet and it collects all the bolts for us. So this is our first boss. I really like bosses in this game. There's this idea most like famously brought up in Ego Raptor's sequelitis called like conveyance. And it's like, how well does a game dev convey their ideas to you? So how clear is it what we're supposed to be doing? And so this boss, what we see is it initially gets introduced where it smashes the floor, and we don't get a gun. We don't get like some crazy blaster like you do in Metroid Dread. That's a death. That's all right. We get more time to talk about this. Where you only use it like once, we actually have to use our double jump that we currently have, and we use that to then slowly break it down. Now, the thing with this, we do an easier strategy on any percent versus 100% or oops all levels, because we try and get perfect here. So you can see there's some bolts hidden in the ground, and we're trying to collect all those. So we have to get this robot to jump in a very specific location, specific rim. And if we don't do... Wow, I died again. We finished the boss and I ran into it. So we're a little bit early. But what that does is, so instead of doing that safety, we have to move in a very specific location to be able to get it to go through. Wept, anything I'm missing so far?
No, I think you're covering it pretty much. Yeah, the bosses are great. I think it's this one, it's the final boss, and it's the one that we don't see very much of.
We also see, we'll save that as a surprise in a second. Yeah, I was like thinking about bosses. That's all right. For anybody who doesn't know, by the way, and I will put this out, I'm currently in Spain, and it is 1 a.m. right now. So I've like about 30 minutes ago, I started hitting like that loopy state because I've been up since about 6 a.m. for work today. So it's been a very long day. So I'm over here trying my best, but I'm very happy to be here. And once again, really do appreciate the opportunity, Anarchy.
Like I said, very, very great. Very happy to have you on. I do have some great robot movies from the chat. If you'd like to hear them.
Absolutely.
We got some Iron Giant.
Nice.
Great option. Great choice. We've got a lot of Wally.
Nice. Yeah.
A banger. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. We're trying to think one like the other like memorable movies that's a robot movie I think about a lot is iRobot. And like one of the funny things about that is, so Sonny is the main guy in that, and like the main robot, right? Everybody's like Will Smith. But if you guys didn't know, Sonny is actually voiced by Alan Tudyk, most famously from Firefly, Moana, a handful of other Disney things. And apparently, rumor on the street is that he was actually outshining like Will Smith during like the press tour and things. And so they basically like hid that Alan Tudyk was voicing Sonny at all. So if you guys are like, what? I had no idea. That's actually why that happened. So I find that like absolutely fascinating. I love Alan Tudyk. King Candy and Wreck-It Ralph.
He's in that Resident Alien show. It's pretty decent.
Oh yeah, I do enjoy that on Sci-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So some of the tricks that we have in this, similar to other speedruns, is what's known as a coyote jump, which named after Wile E. Coyote for those who remember the old Looney Tunes, which basically is the idea that the ground only exists if you look down. So if we don't look down and if we go fast enough, what's going to occur is that we're actually able to get a extra double jump off before moving on. And so during that level, and if you missed it, don't worry, we're about to do another coyote jump here. So what you guys are going to watch me do now is dash over that platform and then be able to hit it. It's near frame perfect. You have a couple frames to be able to hit it. So it's pretty tight, and there we go. So we got that double jump that's not intended, which then gets us ahead on this cycle here. And this game's all about cycles. So there's sometimes when like you have to push the game really, really far to actually save time, because what ends up happening is that like this level, you'll be sitting on an enemy cycle, or you'll get there quicker, but then you're still waiting for like another enemy to move out of the way. And so it's like you have to like look at it in tiers where you're like, okay, I did this, I did that, and now finally we're fast enough. And so it's been really awesome to see the community come together in a lot of different ways and then be able to do that. So what we're going to do here is a little shortcut where we got to get on this platform, nice, where it's perfectly at a height where we get a couple frames where it's going to be at a top height. And then we're doing that snoop jump that we talked about earlier. And we actually just skipped about half that level. And even though we didn't get first try, we got like second try, we still ended up saving about like 4 to 5 seconds on that. So it's always worth going for.
Nice.
Yeah, there's some like really cool, the snoop jump comes in handy a lot. It goes back to that whole idea of the dev didn't really plan it. The cool thing with this, and what I kind of was talking about earlier, and what we really appreciate the dev for, is these 24 bonus levels. They actually dropped last September, I want to say. So they've been out just over a year, and it was 24 levels that came out of nowhere. We had no idea that they were happening. And then the other thing that was nice with that was not only did we get bonus levels, but we also got new shortcuts. So some of the levels that us speedrunners really hated because we were just sitting around waiting, the dev actually like listened and like took that into consideration, added shortcuts that allowed us to like get better strats. So that's something that was like really cool that we were able to get involved with. Take a look at these backgrounds again, just absolutely gorgeous. And like I was saying earlier, ode to the 80s. So we had a few robots before us. We had T790, which is a gag for, it was the robot before T800. They decided to move off. So Terminator, you had Mecha Godzilla, so Godzilla puns. We have Marvin from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Thank you, Web. And then also you might have seen, or not seen, I should say, there's an invisible robot, Invisible Bob. So it's a little gag in there. So there's some funny humor throughout the game. And then going back to like how it's an ode, you guys are probably looking at this and being like, oh man, this looks like Galaga or something like that. And it very much does. Oh, and unfortunately what we're trying to do is, one, we need to get this perfect. And then by getting it perfect on this, we actually get about 5 seconds saved. So that was an unfortunate death where we were just kind of like, we missed a few shots on a few things, and then ended up taking that death, trying to like juice, hope that our shooting was fast enough to get that missile out. Because this level ends either at 55 seconds or as soon as you collect all the bolts. So with that, if you can collect all the bolts in about 5 seconds quicker than waiting for the level to end. So it's really important to get perfect on this. And then fun, weird, interesting fact. It's not RTA viable for those who aren't familiar with speedrunning terms. RTA means like real-time attacks, like doing it live. But it is, we do a lot of ILs, so individual levels as well. And that's where we like did a lot of our routing, was we compared our ILs to 100% and any percent. And we kind of like took the ones that were the closest, and that's where we moved forward into it and was like, okay, these are close. So those are the ones that we should be going for 100%. We're going to go for a fish skip right here. This is fish skip 1, and we got it. So that saves, honestly, like half a second. So it's mostly for swag, but you know, we swag out.
We love a good swag strat.
100%. 100%. Unfortunately, there's a few swag strats that we don't go for in this one, just because we do have to get those perfects, and the swag strats actually end up blocking us out of being able to get some of those. And then, yeah, so that last level, ode to Galaga, and then there's other secrets that if you guys want to check it out, the 100% category, there's odes to Brick Breaker, Donkey Kong, and a few other things as well, which are pretty neat. So definitely
one of the Brick Breaker levels.
Yeah, there's a lot of like close Brick Breakers. There's a literal like you get to play Brick Breaker on the. It's just a whole level of Brick Breaker.
Okay.
And yeah, it's because there is, for 100%, not only do you have to get all these perfects, you also have to collect secret computer chips. And so secret computer chips are like hidden compartments in areas like that. And so one of them is hidden behind a game brick breaker. So this one, this game, I will say, is very Goldilocks. Oh, that was beautiful. We got a little haircut there. So the game is all about being not too high, not too low. Oh yes, we got the good strat there where we were able to get everything, and we're gonna get the good cycle there. We're gonna wait. And so we have these laser beam guys that really stress me out. So wow, that was actually a best segment by like a couple seconds. So that was really good.
Incredibly good.
So
this is gonna be the jumps?
Yeah, orbs. Yeah, so what we've been doing is getting, yes, thank you. We've been getting our upgrades throughout this. So there's 4 total upgrades. One of the things I really like about this game, once again, is that there's like a logic to the game. So the upgrades make sense mostly. So like this is your boosters have been, oh, that was so tight. So your boosters have been upgraded now, which makes sense. I made gags during AGDQ because we had just watched Flushed Away, and I forget what the rat's name is in Flushed Away, and he got like a double jump ability, and I don't know if we've ever thought about it. It's like one of those things that makes sense, and that was a beautiful snoop jump to get there. We get about 3 pixels to make that jump, and we got it. But like double jumping for humans doesn't really make sense. Like, is it ab strength that like allows Mario to do a double jump? I don't really know. But in this one, we did another swag strat. Yeah, right? Like, I don't really know what it is, but in this one, our double jump is because we get boosters, which is super awesome. So, and then we get like, this is our booster upgrade. So it kind of makes sense. You'll see me go back once again. Yeah, we're losing a little bit of time, but it's more important to get these perfects. That way we can actually play all the levels, which is the entire point of the category. And once again, it goes back to cycles. So we end up kind of waiting there. And unfortunately, we were about 0.39, but like I said, we had those backup levels, so I think we've lost about 2, if not 3. So we just need to make sure that we're hitting all of these when we can. And this is another like ode to like the 80s, like Galaga, Brick Breaker. I don't know, there's like some Space Invader, yeah. This game like really reminds me of something, and I like can't quite put my finger on it. Maybe it's just all those things are like speaking to me.
Just like the concept of like an 80s video game.
Right? Yeah, right? It's like if you took all the 80s video games, you put them in like a blender, and it's just like, it feels like that, you know? It's like, I can imagine being on the NES or in the arcade. This level is very tricky. It's gonna require a, oh, we bonked, so we're gonna reset there actually. So we got hit these 3 buttons, and they actually untime or like untrigger. And so we gotta slide through there, which we were super close. We had to do a snoop jump. Oh, all right, that's fine. We can show it off again. We got a snoop jump over these spikes or these like sword guys here, which ends up being really close, and we can't drop down. So it goes back to Goldilocks, where it's like we literally have to do everything not too high, not too low. We have to be just right, because if we end up getting there early, we end up hitting something. If we get there late, we end up hitting something. So we gotta like just thread the needle consistently. All right, next level, I need everybody in chat to say bye, Tarantula, because there's our boss, and bye, Tarantula. Don't worry, he's gonna cheat because that's what bad guys do. So we'll see him again briefly, but we're a speedrunner, so we're not really afraid of him. So what he's doing right now, or she, who knows what the tarantula's gender is, or they.
Oh, hi, Tarantula.
Hi, Tarantula, cheater. But we just run away from them. So they're like shooting lasers and stuff. I don't really know. I don't spend too much time with them. Arachnophobia and all that good stuff. And so this is moon base. So one of the things to like kind of note, if you guys have been paying attention, there's been like slight changes in the music. I know you guys had to like listen to music while I've been yapping nonstop. But I hope you've been enjoying the commentary. But with that, it's kind of like worlds, right? So if we think of like Mario, each world has like a distinct tone and visual identity. And so there's basically 4 worlds in this game. We started in our lab, then we went to the sewers, and then we went to the
jungle.
forest jungle. And then we are now on moon base. So when we go through our bonus levels, what we're going to see is something very similar to that. And then for those who are like kind of like, oh, how's this game play? What's it feel like? What does it reminisce? Mega Man a little bit. But what you guys can see here is something very reminiscent of a beloved game of many in the community, myself included, which is Celeste. This very much plays in a sense, especially that it's almost the exact same as the feather ability in Celeste. And actually, Tej, who used to run Celeste for GDQ, also used a PlayStation or a DualShock DualSense controller. And so their whole thing was that they used the D-pad for all their platforming, and then for all the feather abilities, they use the joystick. And so I've adopted, ooh, I missed those. We need the perfect here. So I've adopted kind of their stance on how to use the controller for this type of game.
I think it makes sense. You get a lot more precise movement.
Yeah.
You don't need omnidirectional movement when you're just platforming around.
Yeah. And then so Moonbase, what happened here, so like what's been going on is Badbert, aptly named, is our bad guy. He decided that he wants to steal our blueprints, those are the words, to make a new robot. So I'm gonna let Wep kind of explain the new robot and what's been going on in the story for a little bit.
Yeah, okay, so the whole story, we were made by, what is it, Dr. Norbert?
Yep.
And then his assistant Emily.
Yep, Light Yagami.
For glorified toaster. Yep, Dr. Light Yagami. It looks very much like Sam Elliott or Dr. Wily from Mega Man. They designed us, they created us, and then Badbert's like, I could use about one of those to rule the world. And so he steals the blueprints and makes his own. He names it Avatari, because why not? It's an 80s game. So this last world, Avatari is like come to fruition. He's trying to make the world into a 1-bit world, whatever that means. I mean, it certainly means that everything's glitching out. This whole moon base is just getting to Avatari and attempting to stop him.
Yeah, so what you'll see is, like Web said, that there's like some glitches that we can start to see. So that's not anything wrong with your stream or anything like that. There's like streaks appearing, things like that. That's all intended. That's Avatari like tainting it. One of the really important things that I think is hysterical that Badbert does is he takes Avatari and puts him in a Gundam. So we take our little robot and we put it in a big robot. So, you know, shout out Pacific Rim. I've never seen that movie, but I think that's basically the premise. We put little robots in big robots. Or we put little people in big people.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough.
That sounds right to me, actually.
Yeah. Right? So I was like, yeah, so it's all that. So yeah, we have like, now we're like chasing after this Gundam. One of the levels that we played, and while Web was talking, why I was like trying to lock in a little bit, is Chattering Teeth. So Chattering Teeth, once again, Goldilocks ratio is like the key to this. And so we actually had to do 7 near frame perfect dashes in a row. I unfortunately like got off cycle there. And so we were able to hit it second time. So what we do first is we started with a snoop jump, and then we have to dash extremely quickly exactly at the right height, because if we're too low, what ends up happening is we get hit by the Chattering Teeth, and then if we go too high, we bonk. And so that path's not actually intended. We're supposed to go, and we're supposed to be in this like energy state, this like Celeste feather state. But the big thing with that to know is that every time we go into the feather state, we end up losing about 2 seconds. Oh, we got bonked again. And so with that, with those bonks, and like when we end up going into it, we spend a lot of time actually avoiding going into it. So you'll see like those little like pods on various levels, and you'll be like, oh, that's weird. Piper didn't like go into it or use it. That's because we were trying to save that time right there, those transitions, to be able to do it. So we do all of our runs in RTA, but we do all of our ILs, individual levels again, in game time. So one of the things to know, we talked about magnets earlier. The other thing that we don't see in any of our playthroughs is timers. And what timers do is they subtract your game time. Now they're kind of useful in 100% or in casual play, because right, it basically what it does is it like gives you more pizza to play with. But the other thing that it does is that because of that, it gives you a better IL. So we have like times that are like within 1 second, but it's really taking us like 20 seconds because we subtract it. What we were able to do right there is kind of like some spawn manipulation, where we were able to hit the thing before it spawned. Now this one's really tight, so I'm probably we're just going to have to like clench our butts and hope for the best and just slide on through.
You got this.
Yeah, we'll be all right. So right here is going to be the big moment where we can't touch anything on our way down. Ooh, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. Oh, we didn't make it. All right. Because what we end up doing, what we want to do is we want to fall down there without touching anything. And then that nets us that little bit of ability where we're able to slide in before that like big blocks us. And it goes back to cycles. So it's like that little touch, literally just touching a platform, it ended up losing us. Instead of just like, even though we were only on that platform for maybe a quarter of a second, we ended up losing almost a second and a half, because what ended up happening was that we had to sit there and wait for this other cycle to accomplish. And so that's like when it happens to our disadvantage. Right here, it kind of happens to our advantage. So we were able to wait for some of our hazards to move out of the way and then go. Because if we went faster, it'd be more dangerous. And we wouldn't net anything because we'd end up still having to wait for cycles. So there's like advantages and disadvantages to being a very cycle-driven run. So this is our final boss. This is not time. This is time if you're playing any percent. So one of the things going back, right? So we can see Avatari there in the center, in the big Gundam. You can see the little eyes of little Avatari. And once going back, so the nice thing with this is we've now gotten all of our upgrades. We've gotten our dash ability, which was the first upgrade we got. We got our double jump. We got the orb that gave us our info jump. And then we got the energy beam, the like feather ability. And we're actually going to utilize all of those to beat this boss. And I think that's just like a really great way to do boss design. We have to use all of our abilities. We're not introduced to new stuff. And I think it's like really cool and really interesting and fun. So we're just kind of dodging around, and then we're going to be hitting all these buttons to short circuit it. And so, Wept, why is everybody evil in this game?
Why is everybody? Oh, because their empathy blockaders are turned on. And we gotta turn those off. You gotta turn them off.
So straight out of Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated, we have empathy blockinators is the official term for them. So Bad Bert turned evil and all greedy because he decided to invent empathy blockinators. So the moral of the story, everybody, is have empathy, like number one. And we'll take that as a beautiful transition. Once again, Anarchy, I'm so excited. Like, it's huge that this show has existed for almost a year now. Congratulations on that feat. It is a huge point. It made me so proud to see, GD Queer, and have that community in Games Done Quick be this like safe place for the community in general. It's absolutely awesome. And it's like in this time, oh my goodness, where we really need it. That wasn't me yelling time for us finishing it. That was me freaking out because we almost got hit there, but we made it through. This is credits, but it's not the end of the game because we still got 24 bonus levels to go through. So don't leave just yet. So that's all the credits. That's where any percent ends. And now we're moving into our bonus level. So we can see we got some of them unlocked, which is good. So we hit our 250 bolts. And now what we're going to be doing is we're still going to be working on getting our perfects to be able to unlock more levels. Any questions?
We're back in this starting lab.
Yeah.
There's no actual story for these, right? Like this is just the dev really wanted to put out some extra content completely free. It's really nice. The levels are fun. They feel good. They use all of your movement skills.
Yeah, they're familiar, right? It goes back through it. Like the funny thing is, so every level in the story game has like a clever name. And then all of these are just bonus level 1 tac 1, 1 tac 2. So they're literally just there as like a fun little challenge for us. Man, we are not sneaking through there. We're trying to beat a cycle. Once again, all about cycles and Goldilocks. And trying to go too fast, overcompensation. It's a killer. I had something, but I kind of forgot. We'll go for safety strat. Always gotta have those in the back pocket. Oh yeah, no, we did talk about that. I'm trying to think, what else haven't we hit on yet?
We did not hit on the jump dash resets. You've been doing the whole game.
That's true, yeah. So one of the things to note, right? So with our ability in the dash, this is why you have commentators with notes that remember things, especially in the middle of the night. So dash resets, jump dash reset. So how this game works is that there's a cooldown. This is a free bonus level where you can play any of the music you want, and you can see that DJ back there, that's actually the game dev. So that's his own little pixel art that he made of himself. That's kind of cool and neat. And then there's another little bonus at the end where you get to see all the enemies and everybody. But yeah, so jump dash resets, how those work is, so there's a cooldown on every single dash that you do. So if you just dash like in the ground or in the air, you have to wait for a cooldown before you can dash again. Well, fun fact is, every time, if you dash in the air and then you touch the ground, the second you touch the ground, your dash resets. So what we do is, and there's a few levels that required it, and whoops. And those levels that required a jump dash is so we can hit those cycles again. I think I've said cycles like 100 times, more so than like Akira. Yeah, it's a cycle.
It's a vicious cycle.
It really is. And so with that, we do these dash resets. So we like micro jump is the term that we kind of call it. And so we do these micro jumps where we jump barely off the ground. And then what we do is we then, oh God, we're good. We then, as soon as we touch the ground, we're able to dash again and then keep moving, if that makes sense. That was a bonsai.
It's like wave dashing in, if anyone's familiar with the Super Smash Bros. Melee. I know it's a really niche game, but
yeah,
it's similar concept where you're just barely off the ground and then you dash and hit the ground and reset your movement abilities.
That came out for PlayStation, right?
That was Nintendo GameCube.
Oh, okay. I think I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of an unpopular gaming system, but
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
It's shaped as a spear.
You learn something new every day.
It's like a circle.
It's actually no. You're thinking of the popular Drake and Josh. Of it, the game Sphere.
Right.
This is in fact cubicle.
Right.
Oh, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about like an iconic sound effect and like a genius design of the GCN, because the G and the C in it it's still top tier, and I can like hear it to this day. So going back, this is very, very Brick Breaker. And then the thing that we did was we weren't intended to go on that upper path that we did. And so with that, we ended up actually being able to go, and we went up there using our Snoop jump. So once again, using that little ability to get around what the dev didn't expect us to do, and juke that guy real quick, which was a really nice thing. And tight. Oh, we bonked. I panicked too early. You gotta stay calm, cool, and collected, which I have not been. But yeah, so we were able to get through, knock that guy out, and we're actually entering near the end. We will have to do a few of the backup strats to get some more perfects. But like I said, we had those planned out. I forgot to touch the ground, but thank goodness I noticed before we died. All right. This is one of the cool things. So these strats here in the bonus levels, we're like sliding through here where we're going to be able to do really precise dashes. And the thing that I didn't talk about, so these air blasters, they're actually RNG. It's the one RNG thing in the entire game. So your height in those is completely random, and it's like set to like basically 5 different heights. And so these levels that we're doing right now that rely on them, I have to make basically micro decisions based off of how high it jumps on me, on like, do I dash first? Do I do a double dash first? And so that's where we will like start to see a lot of our issues in some of these levels, and that's where it gets like really tricky. And it's also where some of the fun is. There's an earlier level that we show off in any percent that we end up getting perfect in this game for, that you end up taking a lot of advantage for it. All right, so we do have to get one extra perfect into here, because right now we're at 39. So we'll get this guy real quick for you. So we're just going to show this level off one more time, because unfortunately we did miss a perfect early on, but it means more BZZZT.
Does in fact mean more BZZZT.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
Could never say no to that.
Yeah, this game, it came out. So if you guys are interested in playing it, it is out on Steam and Switch. And I will say, like, it plays great on Steam Deck for those of you that have the Steam Deck. I did a lot of my early practice and plays on it. I find it super addictive and just like a really fun game. Just like pick up for like 10 seconds, and you're able just to have like, oh, I'm gonna do like a level or two. Hold on, we're gonna go back a level actually, because this one's not the one I thought it was. Maybe we want to do this one. There we go. And then we can do some cool dashes throughout here and be able to get our last perfect. I wonder which one. There's one of them I wasn't properly tracking, to be honest, which is kind of funny.
I was tracking him. I thought you were at 40.
Me too.
I must have missed it.
I think we probably got one that we were like probably milliseconds off.
Oh, probably.
All right, there we go. And now we're able to show off these last 6 levels, get that unlocked. And that really emphasizes like how tight and how important the routing is in this level, and how precise. You really need to be paying attention to what you're doing when you're hitting it. And then we're able to show off these cool strats, and the only category that gets to show off these levels and the strategies, because otherwise we'd only be showing them off in 100%, which isn't too bad. But we'll be pretty close. I think we're just going to be probably, let's see, maybe 20 seconds over estimates. Kind of what I'm aiming for right now. Which I'm going to be honest is pretty happy with for a lot of derusting. I was super into this game. We like built this, we were designing it, we worked on our tutorial. And then I took a hard break, and I'm actually speedrunning Microsoft Excel right now. Yeah, you heard that right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my new like niche. There are obstacle courses available for Microsoft Excel, and they are all pre-timed. So it's like right now we're like knocking out. There's like 38 of them or something, or like 30 of them. And so yeah, that's kind of been the new fun, silly thing. And it's actually like helping me be better at Excel, which is like wild. So I can now say I excel at Excel. Word.
That's
Please
awesome.
boo those
Excel,
puns.
not Word.
Oh, yeah, right. That was quite the PowerPoint you made there. I got these for days. Oh, no. I think the stream broke because the game's upside down. Just kidding. It's supposed to be that way. It's a fun little nod for the last actual playable level, and then we get our last design. So we're getting ready here on time. So we'll beat this level, and then we'll zoom through the last level, and time's gonna be in about 3 seconds, and time. All right, 30 seconds over, not too bad. So this has been, once again, I yap nonstop, like Queen Yappers over here. So if you guys are interested in playing this, I do want to shout out all of our speedrun community is available over on speedrun.com. So if you guys are interested, we are currently working on making 2 of the runners in the community are working on making a Taz for this. So you really want to push it. So if you have Taz experience, we'd love to have you. If you just want to play this game or talk about this game or anything like that, please check it out over on Steam and over on the Switch. And you can play it there, join the community over on Discord. And then for me, you guys can catch me over on Twitch, here at Twitch, at the Pied Piper. And then the other thing is Wept, myself, and one of our other friends, we are really dedicated to charity streaming, and so heavily inspired by Games Done Quick and everything here. And we want to help you guys get better at charity streaming. And if you have any questions, any concerns, you can check us out. We launched our website this year at narwhalpod.org. Narwhal is NARWHAL pod.org, where we have articles and other things to help you. And then if you guys are interested in helping us save the ocean, the environment, and some of those battles, please join ours. We're going to be working on some events. And then if you guys are interested in queer spaces and doing more support for that charity, I'm also part of the Super Mario Society, where we're going to be doing our charity event at the end of the month for Trevor Project. So if you guys are interested in that, you can check us out over on Blue Sky, both Narwhal Pod and Society over there. And yeah, thank you everybody, and huge shout outs to W Radion, who was like the first runner of this and set everything up. So huge shout outs to them and really appreciate it. And shout outs to KO for this game. And Web, thank you for being here. And Arnarchy, thank you so much for having me. I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. This has been a really cool experience, and it was like perfect timing.
Of course. Thank you so much for showcasing. This was a really great run, and I did enjoy your yapping. You did a
okay, good
job.
Yeah.
So with that, we are going to take a quick break while we get set up for the next run. Hey chat, and welcome back to more Hidden Heroes. This is, of course, the Hotfix show where we showcase speedrunners who are part of marginalized communities and the games that they're passionate about and that they want to show off. This is the GD Queer After Party episode, where we are showcasing some runs that were on backup from our wonderful 50K We're Gay event that concluded just over 2 weekends ago. But before we get into the next run, I do want to do some quick announcements. First, if you are curious for what's coming up on Hotfix or you're interested in running on GDQ, check out this week's schedule and submit your runs to be showcased at gdq.gg/hotfix. Also, if you are looking to get more involved with the GDQ community, you can join the official Games Done Quick Hotfix, the official Games Done Quick Discord, and then add the Hotfix role to stay in the loop on upcoming events, chat with staff, and more. Use !Discord in Twitch chat for an invite and more information. The Discord is a lovely place. There are a lot of awesome people in there. So if you're interested, you can join. But with that, I want to take us into our next run. So we have Starfy 99, who's going to be showing us Star Wars Battlefront II, Rise of the Empire, any percent, new profile. There we go. So good luck, have fun, and take it away.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name's Starfy. I play this game a lot. It's probably one of my favorite categories to showcase because of how much adaptation it calls for. So a lot of what we're going to be doing in this run is grinding up our medals. So you can see new profile means we have a completely fresh profile. We have no medals, no stats, no nothing. So we have to build up our medals in the early game and make sure we also earn them later in the run for where we need them. And this category is very difficult. The fact that you don't have the bonuses back you up, you're very squishy, very easy to kill. And it also calls on more execution than just playing the game. So I'll do my best to go through everything as best I can, and I'm about ready to go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
All right. So my Guido, we're immediately going to see a difference from normal 80% is we don't have the remote rocket, so we can't do any of the tricks involving that. So I'm going to go for like an infinite sprint step here. Hopefully I'll miss it. I hit it. It saves a little bit of time to hit the infinite sprint, since we can, well, sprint forever. It's really punishing to miss this, though, in new profile, because you don't have energy regen. And now I need to make sure I don't die. These droids are being really aggressive. So my goal right now is to try to get 9 points before the I capture this. It's gotta be close. I made it. So now this is a guarantee I get the war hero bonus. 3, 2, 1. Mistimed it. That's okay. I missed the rocket. It happens. Those turrets have a really finicky hitbox on them. Small execution error there, but it's okay. This category is difficult. But now that you can see at the top left, I got War Hero. That helps my metal grind a lot later in the run and enables me to try to go for some really difficult strats on Kashyyyk. Kashyyyk in this run is probably one of the hardest levels in the game due to how much it calls on you to micromanage. Getting really unlucky here with this one super battle droid stalling me. I can't just saber throw them because if I use up my stamina too much, I have to wait for it to recharge, and energy regen is very slow on a fresh profile for heroes. And normally I go for a cool strat there, but it's not worth it. 90% just the new profile, just because the stamina is not looking great. It's too slow for me to safely go for it. So I'm just gonna do this like fairly normal. And that is my Geo. Now, the important thing, unlike other runs where I'd want to quit out just to speed up the run, I have to make sure I don't quit out until I have all my medals ready. If I quit out too early, it won't save my medals. So just gotta remember to do that. Hit done. And double checking, make sure I have friendly fire off. I do. Now we're moving to Felicia. Felicia's a little harder in this category as well at the start, because you have to go for a bit of a harder rock. I got a really good, the best spawn at the start. That's really good. Set one mine here, another mine here, and this will spawn kill the 2 acolytes that spawn in both ways over here. And now we'll try to hit a really difficult rocket. I miss, barely. That's okay. We're gonna attract the acolyte's attention and just chuck a mine their way. And then I want to track both of these 2 to get close enough for me to double kill them. That's a little sketchy. We want to avoid dying there, so we keep our points. And now during this section, we're just going to be grinding up make sure we get our first gunslinger medal. And also build up about 25 points to guarantee we get War Hero after capturing the power cell. So we don't for that reason, we don't want to capture the command post right away. So we don't want to hit headshots. So being good at the game is actually to our detriment here. I can't be hitting headshots. I have to make sure I combo them with the pistol so I can get those medals. Thankfully, the clone AI is pretty bad, so they usually won't be really getting those kills anyway. And I got unlucky war heroes, so I have to be careful about one-shotting. But now I'm done, so I can just go ham. I'm at 18 points. I need like another 5 more. I did explain it on my Guido, but whenever you kill enemies near a command post, you get double the points than usual. Which is very helpful for us, because that makes our grind a lot easier. And now we're done. The reason why I only need 25 points is whenever you grab a flag, you get 1 point. And for capturing a flag, you get 10 points. And every little capture objective in this run is a flag, essentially. So let's give you those points. I'm doing a little quick setup here, just to take advantage of the use swap storage to try to get some mine set up. And we're gonna make sure we have full stamina here as a sniper, so we can do some sprint jump chaining. I have to be really careful to get one shot here. So I lose my war hero if I mess up, but I got it. We're all good. War hero's gotten. Now we're going for the rest of the level. You saw mine go off when I got health. AO's dash attack is very broken, so it allows us to just do this and just shred through these. You can see how slow the stamina regen is. That's a little unfortunate. And yeah, we're done with Felicia now. Just gotta make sure I don't quit out by mistake. And yeah, we'll do a medal check to make sure our medals are good.
When the 505.
All right, double check our medals. Yep, we have 1 gunslinger, 2 war heroes. So we only need 1 war hero to guarantee we have it. But first, we're gonna make sure we have friendly fire on for this mission for some difficult strats for single, double, neutral. But I'm gonna have to focus a lot more. It's hard for me to explain it because there's so much more to micromanage here. But first things first, I'm just gonna like try to get my war hero done if I can, while also trying to set up the single neutral, which means pushing a droid to the command post 1 to get them to neutral for us. And that's why I have friendly fire on. It is a team kill our own team if we need to. Now you might be thinking that team killing might be counter intuitive, right? Because while you're losing points, how would you be able to get something like War Hero prior to get like 36? Well, Funny enough, how the game tracks medals is actually based on you actually just earning those points in your life. It does not care if you any points you lost in that life. It only cares about the points gained. So you'll see like it does make it a little harder to track where I'm at. Now, if I don't get the opportunity to go for a double neutral, I'm not going to get it because I'd rather keep my run going. Because it's very easy to lose the run here if I'm not careful. So I'm going to play this a little smart. I'm going to get the single neutral. The droids haven't been too bad so far. The heavies in this map are really aggressive. And they will fire their rockets the instant they can fire it, and they have like very deadly. They'll auto aim it from anywhere. What do we name this little droid that's helping us capture here? What name does the chat want to give this little droid?
Chat, your best names.
Yeah, they got like 5 seconds. All right, well, this poor droid has to go. Bye-bye.
I was gonna say Burger, but Rip Burger.
Poor Burger. Poor Burger did its job. Helped us clutch out the single. And now we actually have to make sure we try to get War Hero here if I can. I'm just gonna focus on that. If I get a double neutral, great. So I got Guardian here, so I need 12 more points. The War Hero is more important for me for a marathon run. I'm trying to kill the stat, but it's pretty tricky too. All right, this level we're gonna make sure I have all our metal grinding done by the end of. We should be fairly close. Yep, got War Hero. We're all good on that. Let's try to see if we can get this droid to neutral for us. It's looking a little sketchy. All right, I'll blow myself on purpose now. And hopefully that all the stalling that's going on here will help me get the neutral. It did. Let's see if it pays off. I did. I secured a double neutral. That was good.
Nice.
This strat is very difficult, but now we're onto our precision pistol grinding. We're gonna run the Jet Trooper. It's the only time a Jet Trooper is useful. It's because the Jet Trooper has the commando pistol, which lets you fire as fast as you tap. Which is very useful for grinding these metals.
That's awesome.
But we have to be careful not to loot for this to get opened up too early. The gate. Also be careful not to die. And these recon droids are very prone to getting us killed. Uh-oh. Okay, got our first one. We're gonna get it out of tank so it doesn't die on us, and then we're gonna blow ourselves up on purpose. We need 2 more. We're gonna try to get 2 more here. Yeah, be careful not to get one shot by this engineer. Okay. Need 1 more, and we're good. We're done with Gunslinger grinding in terms of being able to earn the medal now. But we still want to make sure that we can have a precision pistol on deck to help us, like, with finishing this objective here.
By the way, we did get a name from chat. It came a little bit too late, but I do really like Reginald. That's a good answer.
Reginald?
Reginald, yes.
That's cute. All right, we're done with War Hero grind now. I'm gonna try to get this IFT killed on purpose so we can start cycling in tanks. Because I do need to make sure I get at minimum a I'm gonna kill it from here. There we go. It might seem like a bad idea on paper to destroy it on purpose, but you get a new fresh tank spawns instantly, which is very useful for us. We're gonna go engineer, just to make sure we can stay alive. This is a very complicated strat. And you can tell why this level is so difficult. You have so much to micromanage, And now we have even more micromanaging coming up soon. Once I deal with these tanks. I need a teammate to get in the tank with me. I see a commander, but they're not getting in. Okay, they got in. Good. Alright, should I kill this tank here? And we're good. Got it? Alright, off we go. Time to do the second half of our setup work. Scary. You gotta stand back here so I don't eat a random shot. And now we don't have to worry about the oil refiner anymore, because the only thing that can kill it is tanks. That's the good thing. Alright, now we're just gonna wait for a moment. I'm actually ahead of the game here, which is the good thing. I just gotta make sure I don't let any droids sneak by me. I see a droid back there. Oh, this is bad. It's camping behind this pillar. I can't see it. There we go. Alright, off we go. Get in. We gotta zoom. Alright. Alright, and we'll see if it got double. Nope, our teammate ran off. That's why that strat isn't as important to get, because it's pretty much a dice roll in this category to get it. But still, we did a good job managing that, and we have all our medals ready, so we're at our best possible way to do this. We're mainly just playing the heavy to have as hard a time of dying as possible. And that's why we got the precision pistol as well, so we get sniped to cover this command post here, command post 4. So droids can recapture that if you let them. So you have to do our best to manage the droids so they don't like go to command post 4 and capture it from us. While also making sure we don't die. That said, we should be okay. This is very difficult.
Yeah.
It's very hard. Uh-oh. These droids might be a problem. And I'm getting stalled as well. Sucks. That was a little unlucky, but we're still fine. We're just losing some time there. And we're done with our metal grind for the rest of the run after this level, so you're gonna see me just start quitting out every level from here. Because once you get the medals here, you're not gonna be able to build up to the next rank anyway. So there's no real point in continuing to save these medals. So like once you hit veteran, you're good. You don't do any more grinding. So we're just gonna move right on to Utapau here. This level is a lot easier in this category since we have to default to old strat. Since we don't have we don't have war hero bonus. That was really funny. That's 3 of my team just got team killed. Some little silly hijinks going on there. This level can be scary in this category because since you are very squishy, all it takes is a very unlucky sniper shot or a rest rocket to kill you. There's also a mine on the way I want to go. I was going to try to get rid of it. A little unlucky here. I couldn't really set up in time. That's okay. Got a lucky health pack at least. Oh, I hit a raw infinite sprint. There's 2 ways to get an infinite sprint. One way is to do it mid-air, and the other is hitting it raw on the ground, which is frame perfect. It's hard for me to talk about it while trying to make sure I don't die. Because again, I'm so vulnerable here. And once we get Obi-Wan, we're chill for the rest of the level. This is like one of the backup spots for a Gunslinger, if possible. If you didn't get enough on Kashyyyk. So there are backup routes, depending on what you're looking at. Coming out on Kashyyyk. So you don't have to do that really intense grind on Kashyyyk if... Or try to get that warrior hero on Magneto, even though it does help a lot. Just gotta be careful. Gotta make sure I don't dive as get too low. Should be good. All right, hardest boss fight in the game. All right, it's over.
Nice.
Just push them off the cliff. How you should with all your enemies. It's like by the way, now we're trying to steal an AAT from the droids to finish off the level. That was interesting. It's kind of like that one Tekken ending with the they toss off into the volcano. I'm shocked that's not an edit yet. Someone needs to get on that. As an edit. Alright, I'm just gonna quit out now because I don't need the medals anymore. Now for another difficult level. Coruscant is a bit scarier in new profile just because you're, well, squishy. Friendly fire helps a lot here because the Jedi can team kill each other. So if you want like a way to make this level easier for yourself, try friendly fire next time, casually. But we are very vulnerable here. That said, the sniper is very great in this level because the sniper shots one-shot the Jedi. So if you're good with the sniper, this is going to be a problem though. You got rage damage reduct. Unlucky spawn here. Ideally, I would... Ooh. Uh-oh. I don't know what that grenade was. I'm just staying safe for a second. Here comes the hard part. We have damage reduct, that's good. We're a little tank here. Not that big a deal. I have to focus for a moment to hit this sequence. I have to make sure I do not die. Okay, we're good. We have War Hero as well. It would be nice to have Precision Pistol for this clip setup, but I don't, so I have to go for a little bit harder setup here. I'm gonna go in the first person mode to get the zoom in. And this clip, I don't have the same lineup as usual, so I have to try to line up correctly. It's a little harder. This should work. I hit it! Let's go! Okay,
Awesome.
we're done. We're past the hardest part here.
Nice.
From here, it's gonna look pretty identical to normal 90%. And what we're gonna go for. That's a nice thing. Once you have your medals done and do the harder parts, some of the strats do look a little identical. They're just a lot more difficult. I'm gonna stay sniper for a moment. This is a little scary. Nah, that wasn't worth it. I don't like how that's looking. But well, that mine I stuck right there is going to help us later. That should, if it's still there, help us spawn kill the Jedi Masters at the end of the level. We're gonna respawn as the sniper back here. We dropped off that holocron to help us for later. So we can just cap it immediately. Taking a really awkward route. I don't know if my mine's still there. It is, but barely. It probably won't last too much longer. Pray, chat, pray. Can we do it? It went off. It didn't. It went off at the last moment. Oh, they got damage reduct. That's unlucky. But all things considered, for Anakin end there, it was pretty solid. I've seen worse. That reduct, which is a little unfortunate. We're gonna turn friendly fire off for the rest of the run. We do not want to deal with that potential risk. And this we're gonna see a lot more class variety in the run. We're rocking the engineer to start off with. because the engineer is a little bit safer just from like having better health. You have health and ammo kits. So if whenever you see the engineer, that's probably going to be the reason. Start off with them. Also, if you're really good at depth packing, which I was focused too much on like yapping to do a good depth pack there. Now let's see if I hit a difficult unit swap storage. I got it. This is a little risky to do it this way just because I don't have damage reduct yet. I missed the slide, that's okay. We still made it, but I gotta be so careful because the Dark Trooper is as little health as a sniper. So I am incredibly squishy right now. I'm also trying to get Precision Pistol if I can. It would help a lot for finishing this level. If I don't get Precision Pistol, I would go into default to Mine Strat, since Grenade Strat relies on having Precision Pistol on deck. I did get it, but I gotta be so careful. This tank is super aggressive, and it actually destroyed my health and ammo droid. Scary. Okay, now we're gonna jump up here. The strat's I'm a little out of practice here on this specific setup. I should be able to hit it. That actually went pretty well. I could have messed it up even harder, but that was actually pretty smooth.
That looked pretty sick, I can't lie.
Yeah, it's there's two ways to handle it, but because I don't have the remote rocket, I have to use that strat instead. So usually I use a remote rocket to kill them all, but it's a little scary. Mustafar is a very scary level. It's very easy to die here. When we rock the engineer again, we're going to do a really cool strategy here. There's a missing collision through this door for some reason for depth pack, so we can chuck a depth pack through it. That should kill it. It did. You can tell on the map I hit it. The console we have to destroy later. So that saves us a little bit of time by destroying the console early in case we didn't get war here or if we die later. And it's also just cool.
I can confirm it was cool.
The engineer isn't very good at clearing groups though, which is a bit of a struggle bus dealing with this sometimes. I'm gonna set some health and ammo ahead of time. I should have Dark Trooper here. Yeah, I don't see any reason for me not to have it. Now this level, I'm gonna focus for a second because I could so easily die. So there's a bug with the droids where they don't receive stuns properly, which includes force powers. If you ever try to use force powers on droids, they don't work properly. This happens to the Artcaster as well. So they might not get stunned by the Artcaster, which can lead to you dying. Now, that said, we do have damage reduct now, so we're pretty safe from here on from one shot. And if we get War Hero, like we're supposed to get soon, I also need to make sure I get War Precision Pistol if I can get it. It's looking a little grim. I think we're good. We got the Precision Pistol. At max grenades. We're gonna set up a pretty tricky to hit jump here. With the unit swap storage, I nail it. I have damage increase, so that'll destroy that. And we're gonna swap the sniper because you can't fly with the flag. So because we can't fly with the flag, we ooh, this is really sketchy. I don't like this. We're okay. The sniper has the fastest foot speed in the game, so it's preferable. We're switched back to Dark Trooper. We have the Precision Pistol, so now we're gonna kill Geisler using a Artcaster Precision Pistol combo. He spawns. Be very careful. It's hard to see him. It's hard to see him in the backdrop as he matches he blends in a bit. But we got it. Wasn't too bad. Camino is pretty identical to any percent. There's really not much difference aside from having hit a pretty difficult double shot at the end of the level on LATs. The rest of the level is pretty identical. You just have worse stamina regen than normal any percent as Boba. Because again, heroes on a fresh profile have worse stamina regen than on max profile. There's also some other small differences, but that is the key one. Otherwise, everything's pretty identical. We're gonna hit out of bounds clip here, which is I'm pretty consistent at doing. Yep. These should be good. Yippee!
Oh, that's sick.
It's very cool. It can be hard to learn, but it's really satisfying to pull off. You have it mastered. Remember, be careful with my stamina here, just so I don't go into stamina cooldown, which can slow us down by a lot. We're gonna try for a super jet here. I didn't. Part of that's because the stamina isn't too great. So I didn't have as much stamina as I usually would have. We're gonna kill these jet troopers, get some health, thin them out a little bit. We're gonna get some ammo, max out our det packs. Gonna check for any random jet troopers that might cause us problems. And we're just gonna go in. Or fly on over. There's a super jet we can do here as well, which super jetting is just mapping scroll wheel to jump, and then just spamming the scroll wheel, and it'll spam the jump inputs. No lucky ammo drop this time. I had nailed that toss. That's a pretty tricky death toss to hit from that far away. We're gonna respawn now, and now for the hard part is hitting the double shot with the heavy trooper on these like LATs. So we don't have the war pistol, we can't just combo it. That said, I nailed it. That's really good. First try. That's very clean. Now for fairly, this level is ironically a little easier in new profile since these strap can't do the harder strats. Like, still be tricky. I'm gonna show off a cool clip if I don't miss it. Yeah, I did it. If you do that perfectly, that actually saves like maybe like a second, maybe. But it's a hard clip, but I do it all the time, even in full runs when I don't need to. Just in normal 80%, I do it still because I just think it's cool. But I love showing off that clip. It's just cool. We don't want to jump into the abyss here. We want to build up our medals and make sure we don't die to a random Wookiee. They aren't necessary for strats, but it'll just help us survive. Also, you notice I got the marksman medal because I was just hitting headshots. Whoa. That's fun to get that one. I have energy regen. I'm not looking too healthy. I'm gonna get some health real quick. I'm gonna say sniper. The sniper can one-hit kill even Wookiees with a headshot, so that's very nice to have. Are they? I've never seen them walking into this spot before. That's interesting. Usually they're like running into the door. Uh-oh. Rebels are pushing pretty hard. I need to make sure I don't die and lose my... Uh-oh.
I trust. No, I trust.
Team?
I trust.
Team, please. We're fine. I just gotta do a bit of a tricky setup here. Do I go for it? Nah, I'm gonna go for this. This makes more sense. I'm gonna be late to setting this up, but it's fine. I could have gone for a turret clip there, but there's a good potential of me failing that. But I can still make it in time doing this. Ooh, I messed up. I actually messed up.
Unlucky.
I rarely miss that, so we're gonna be losing a lot of time here. That's a little unfortunate, but it happens.
It's all good. While we're doing some of this stuff again, I do quickly want to shout out our friends on YouTube. If you would like to oh, unlucky.
Sucks. I'm getting so unlucky right now.
It's all good. Anyway, like I was saying, if you'd like to catch up on past Hotfix shows, special events, and GDQ marathons, such as GD Queer, which we are celebrating on this episode tonight, you can watch those over on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. If you are watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with GDQ.
I'm getting stalled so hard, too, because there's so many rebels now. Alright, I can do a cool double jet at least. Ooh, I haven't done that in a while. Nailed it.
That did look cool.
It is incredibly tight to hit that. That said, we're no longer even a chance for a world record, by the way. we're kind of cooked on that.
Oh, good though.
What in the world's happening here? Whatever. Oh no! Get out of this room, get out of this room, get out of this room. That's a Wookiee. Ooh. I got another gunslinger. The Wookiees are so scary. Wookiees and engineers are your biggest threat in this run for most of it. Because, as you saw earlier, I just got straight up one shot.
Yeah,
and that can happen a lot. It's scary. We're fine, though. Go for a quick slide there. Gonna do a jet jump up to here. Do a quick... Ooh, hit the slide, too. Gonna do another use swap storage. And we're switched to Heavy Trooper to one-shot the transport with a mine. We're hopefully gonna kill this Jedi with headshots. We'll even barely miss. Ooh. Got a little lucky there. Yeah, this is a very unfortunate Death Star, but that's kind of just how this run is. That said, that was just a goof on my part than anything with the AI. Just a little bit late on jet jump, that's okay. Polis is the hardest level and one of the hardest levels to survive. So we're gonna open up with the Stormtrooper. So the nice thing about this class is that you get 4 grenades, which helps you a lot in this little center area, since that's a bit better for clearing out the hordes of rebels than, oh, there's a lot of Wookiees. I want to focus for a second. It's the Wookiee horde. This level, for whatever reason, the devs thought it'd be funny to just spawn an uncapped number of Wookiees. So it is incredibly deadly. That said, we managed to survive. Not very fast, but we don't have all those bonuses like usual, so just surviving that objective is a big W. Now we're gonna switch to Scout Trooper, and I'm going to do a unit swap storage here. This is only to really just recover stamina. I have to pay attention to my map so I don't get jump scared by a Wookiee or smuggler. Nothing too bad. That's good. That's so unlucky.
Oh, unlucky.
Yeah, I straight couldn't do much about that. That was just very bad luck. There's so many Wookiees going up the stairs. It's just impossible to get out of that without at least one death. I still have damage reduct because I got it in the last 30 seconds. There are so many Wookiees here. And there's a buff in here as well. And I have a pixel health. I have to stop the health. I actually genuinely have to stop the health. This level is very mean.
Yeah, I'm scared and I'm not even playing.
Like, it is very brutal and we're not even done yet. That said, the rest of this level isn't too bad, but it can be a little tight if we mess up. Alright, we're gonna... Okay, ambush ray's still up, so that's good. Here, because we don't have a remote rocket, we have to take a little bit of a risk. So waiting for a moment before I do a respawn. Okay, I'm gonna respawn now for a moment or switch to Dark Trooper. We're triggered to ambush spawns inside the hangar. Really quick. Uh-oh, I got so unlucky there. I need to hurry. I need to hurry. Oh no, they spawn like really fast. My team didn't do anything to help me there, but oh, they did. They got the one rebel that locked on here. The really annoying thing about this level is that your team is really bad at actually killing things in the center area. Like, a single rebel can walk on and neutral it by themselves because their team isn't killing them.
Wow.
So there's like a very like thin like balancing act you have to manage. That said, we're pretty okay now. It's not too bad. We should be safe from here on, but it might be a little tight. I want to play it's a little bit safe. Teammates are crowding me. Another bad thing is that because your teammates are crowding up like this, it is very easy to eat a random death, get to a grenade. Like that. You just heard that behind me. Like a whole group died behind me. I have to play it a little bit safe. We should be fine to leave in a moment. Yeah, we're good. Alright, we're gonna switch to engineer now. We might be a little late, but we have to do what we gotta do sometimes. I got lucky on the spawn nose. That actually saves me some time, but you look at the command post here. There are so many rebels still on it as my team just didn't do much there. So I'm gonna deal with those rebels later. As an engineer, which is not a great prospect for me. Be careful not to randomly die here. Can I jump up in here? Okay, now we just gotta hurry to respawn. Oh god, that's so many Wookiees. I can't see. Got a reload bug. Gotta deal with that. I missed that. That's okay. I'm getting shredded by a recon droid. Yeah, my team didn't do anything for me here either. Oof, unlucky. That said, we managed this level. It's very intense. It's a very intense run, especially at this point.
Yeah.
I was lucky I didn't get a defeat there. Whew. Now we're opening up into Tantive 4. We're gonna run the heavy at the start. It's just much safer, and this isn't really too great to move anyway. We're gonna set down a mine to kill this horde of rebels just to help our team push in a bit. To help distract the rebels for us. In the meantime, we have to make sure we don't die to rebels coming in here. Which is also why the heavy's nice, because you're, well, the heavy. Oh, that's a marksman. Can I kill him? Yes, okay. I'm gonna try for a pretty cool idea if I can manage to swap in time. I got the swap? Okay, that's a hard swap to make. Bring out the Imperial Officer for a strat. The Imp Officer is like the best class without bonuses to take out this console room in a timely manner. So you saw how quickly I did that? That every other class have been a lot slower for various reasons. And now the rest of this is Vader movement. This is very cool Vader movement here, but
yeah, you
because of standard region, it's very hard to control it because how fast Vader is. You get ping pong off the walls if you don't know what you're doing. That said, we made it through just fine, and we killed her. We have 69 reinforcements left. That's really funny. Funny number, haha. Gotta get some humor out of this run. Out of the stress that this game gives you. So remember the reasons why we just picked Stormtrooper and Polis Massa at the start? The exact reason here, but another reason is because grenades in water instantly explode, which is a big boon to us. We gotta check back here for whatever rebels spawn. It could be a Wookiee that spawns there. Just gotta be really careful. That said, we're pretty okay. Not too bad. We're swap the Dark Trooper, and we're go for like an interesting strat here, only in this category, and some challenge ones. We're gonna go back here, and this will trigger a ambush spawn. And this means less rebel spawn up here for us to deal with. That said, this is not looking too great. I might want to get that health once I neutral this. We got lucky here, a little bit lucky, but also you can see why there's so much fewer rebels here. That it helps to alleviate some of the stress of this level. That said, there's a sniper targeting me. Gotta be careful there. Ooh, that was a little sketchy. I'm kind of messed that up from the little bit of panic there. But we're chilling. I just gotta be really careful not to die to this tank. These tanks love to circle around you like a shark and try to snipe you with a random rocket from his turrets. Switching to heavy immediately for health and just having mines. We do not want to deal with the absurd amount of like ways we can die. We have our precision pistol now, so we're okay. Not too bad. This is the last real like chill part of the run. So we take these moments to breathe. This is why this auto scroller, despite being an auto scroller where nothing's really happening, is so appreciated in the run, especially here, because this run gets very intense in the Empire section. You love to have these breathers, because you need it. I need it right now.
I feel that.
I'm gonna drink some water real quick. Hydrate.
Chad, it is important to stay hydrated, by the way.
And that was my shit spawn kill these rebels here. Yep. I could have died there for being lazy. Because that Wookiee did 360 turn around and try to hit me with that grenade, but hit the conch droid. Nope. Uh-oh. Set some extra mines down, just as insurance plan. This is also the reason why I set the run to 55 minutes, but so many things can go wrong in this run. That I have to be really careful about that. But we're actually pretty good ahead of the estimates so far. As long as we don't get unlucky death on Hoth. Let's eat a lot of deaths on Hoth. Oh. A little bit of a case of bad at the Vita game there. Don't mind me. We made it. Got the beacon. And now we're on our way here. To plant the beacon, the bomb, and then we're going to wait for the bomb to go off. We're going to take stock of our situation here. I'm going to slingshot this tank at this Alliance tank to get it out of my way so it doesn't like target me. I'm going to go to the left. I'm going to charge up a shot. Now spawn kill those boffins, and I got lucky on the third, and that was a very clean kill. This is a very good Yavin 4 for this category. It is very stressful. Water break for like 5 seconds, but this is the hardest level in the game.
Chat, send all your energy.
This level is mean. The AI is at past elite difficulty on this level. I want to play a little risky. So I'm going to destroy these turrets first, and then we're going to take stock of where all the snipers are and just try to get rid of what snipers we can. I could have killed too many, but we're going to try our best to make it, taking stock of what we see. I saw a worse amount of snipers earlier. Sniper is very risky to run here. Uh-oh. Because we can get one shot by these snipers. But in the interest of trying to make up a little... Nope, I immediately died. That's why. Yeah. This is why. This level is brutal. It is very unforgiving.
There are a lot of people in chat being like, yeah, this level blows.
So the AIs that pass elite difficulty, which means the snipers will one-shot you if they have any bead on you for more than a couple seconds. And there's a big degree of luck in surviving against them. That said, if you can mitigate that to a degree, if you play really well, but a death on this level is pretty normal. It is very mean. Man, my team cannot kill one rebel. We're going to do a unit swap storage here, one of our last ones in the run, I think. This should save us a little bit of time if we get lucky and a Dark Trooper doesn't spawn here. That said, snipers are like gunning for me right now, so I have to be so careful. You see all the sniper shots whizzing by me? I'm scared. I'm good. This level is a terror. Look at how many snipers are being aggressive right now. And I'm at low health. I'm one unlucky shot away from dying. That said, we're okay, but these AATs are also being really mean. I'm being trolled here as well. You can see how the AATs are like, one of them is churning around and like almost body blocked my way to shoot this shield generator, which would have been a disaster if it trolled me there. It's a little bit of trolling, but could have been worse. I am losing some time. One of the shots did hit the hill. The AT has a random spread on this secondary shot that can sometimes just hit the hill if you get unlucky. I'm waiting to see it die. It did. I'm going to do a respawn now. I'm going to spawn a shield generator. Now for one of the last hard parts of the run is to make... Oh, no. Look how these snipers are here.
I'm trusting. I trust.
We do not want to be dealing with snipers if we can help it. That one sniper's going to the... Oh, we didn't get in. Shoot, okay. Gotta improvise here a bit. You gotta be so careful with those snipers, again. Will dome me, well, not even dome me, just body shot and one-shot me. If I play as poorly, that said, we're okay. We do a small time save here with the Dark Trooper, our last bit of Trooper gameplay in the run. We're gonna jet up all the way over here. We're gonna throw one grenade, go through two grenades, and spawn as Vader. That'll destroy the console for us and just save us a little bit of time. And from here on, we can breathe. The hard part is done. Vader makes the rest of this level very free. So we made it through.
Hey.
Honestly, this might have been like a good almost world record pace if I didn't have that very, very unfortunate Death Star.
All things considered, you are doing a great job. I can't lie.
Yeah, I think I'm doing pretty well. This should still be a... I'll tell you what this should look like in a moment. And 1 minute till the run is over. Time will be when the victory timer shows up. The victory screen shows up, I mean, with the blue text. So this run's gonna be like a mid 48, which is... So this game is timed based on not RTA outside, but instead like on loads removed. And so the time between levels isn't counted. And we get like a 30-second buffer between levels to change settings and stuff that we need for next level. Within the game, we can't just close the game unless the game crashes, of course. But that is nice to have versus wall break if we need it, but also just... This game's intense. And we'll just show off some, just try to do cool stuff in this last, like, little bit here. There's, like, no threat of that the beacon dying, unless we get super unlucky. Alright, we're almost at time. And that is time.
GG's.
That was like a 48-36. That's a pretty still like a really that's like close to around second place run. I do hold a record right now, but that was a I'm gonna make sure I quit out so we don't get DMC. Yeah, this run is very intense, and I'm glad I got to show off. Because despite how hard it is the hardest category in the game, I do have a lot of love for it. And it's also the first category I started running in this game. For a long time, I was focused on this category. And even though my showcase isn't on it as much, it's still one of my favorites. It has a lot of unique gameplay to it that don't really see in the rest of the game. Like, you get more class variety, you have metal grinding, which isn't present in any other run. It's very difficult, but it's very cool. I'm glad I got to showcase it, and thank you to everybody, the Anarchy, for having me for this 10 Heroes, and thank you everybody in the community being here, everyone watching right now, all my friends that are here to support me. I appreciate all of you, and yeah.
Before we go, where can the people find you?
You can find me as, well, my username, Starfy_99 on basically everything. Well, Blue Sky and Twitch and YouTube specifically. So you can find me on those.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And I also want to congratulate you for getting this game into GDQ. That is a huge accomplishment, and congratulations. But with that, we are going to go ahead and... Hello, Hotfix Nation, and welcome back to this episode of Hidden Heroes. This is, of course, the Hotfix show where we showcase speedrunners who are a part of marginalized communities and the games that they're passionate about and that they want to show off. We're coming up on the end of the GD Queer After Party episode, where we are showcasing some of the runs that were on backup from that event. I think it is always worth celebrating queer joy and showcasing runners who are part of that community. And just, even when times are rough, continuing to celebrate queer joy. But before we get back into the next run, I do want to shout out another community who is also always worth celebrating, our friends at Black in a Flash. Black in a Flash is a community that uplifts and connects Black speedrunners of all levels, hosting special events throughout the year to raise money for charity and celebrate Black voices in the speedrunning scene. Learn more or apply to get involved at gdq.gg/BAF. You can also follow blackinaflash.bsky.social on Blue Sky for more information and latest updates. We're coming up on our Speeding Through the Holidays event soon, next month, as well as Back to Black 2026, which is going to be coming up in February. The submissions for that just closed. So those are awesome events, and you're definitely going to want to keep tabs on them. But without further ado, I want to welcome on our last runner for the night, James Swan, who's going to be showing us Metal Hellsinger 8 Hells All Force Encounters. Good luck, have fun, and let's raise some hell.
Hello, and yes, let's raise some hell indeed. Thank you, Anarchy, for having me on. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here. I was so honored just to be a part of G Queer when it happened, just as a backup runner. And the fact that GD Queer went so well as it did, 50K I'm gay, hell yes.
Hell yes.
And the fact that there's already so much love for this game in chat. If you haven't seen this game before, there's a lot that's going to happen very, very quickly. If you have, maybe you saw it earlier in October on Out of the Box, but that was not necessarily 8 hells, that was a new file. So we're going to be going a lot faster, doing a lot more things, and to help me out with commentary, because this is a rhythm game, very hard to commentate on your own, I have with me one of my very good friends.
Hi, my name is Pickled Human. I'm here to talk while James is trying to focus.
Yep, and speaking of focus, I'm just going to jump right into the first level, Vogue. If everything goes well, this should be done in less than 3.5 minutes, so here we go. Chat, if I can get a 3, 2, 1 ding from you all. Let's go in 3, 2, 1, and gotta wait for loading screen. Ding.
Ding!
Oh. So we just get right into it. So James, let me give you guys some background about what's happening on screen, because we're going to go really fast, kill things really, really quickly. James is wielding a little crossbow-looking thing. That's called the Vulcan crossbow. It functions like a grenade launcher. You'll see it disappearing from the screen really quickly because James is swapping his weapon because we have a little passive effect called Ghost Rounds, which gives us 8 extra rounds of ammunition by swapping from one weapon to another, which means we never have to reload this grenade launcher. So he'll just swap it really quickly and go back and forth like that. James is taking some intentional damage from that Cambion just now in order to take advantage of another effect, which we'll see in the next arena. A little more background. We've got this 16x up near the top of the screen. That is our Fury meter, which dictates how much, how much score we're getting at any time, but also how much damage we're doing above normal. James just crystallized and detonated all of those marionettes around that little pedestal. Damaging down, you can see this little red effect around the screen. That indicates that we have activated our Last Breath Aegis, which means on low health, we deal double damage. So we have a lot of damage effects happening. We've got this grenade launcher, we've got the 16x, we've got Last Breath Aegis active. We are annihilating everything we can see. It's a really good time. The little green bar near the bottom, that's our health. The little yellow meter, that is like the charge on our weapons. Each of the weapons we have has a little ultimate ability that we can activate that's different from the normal. I don't remember what the Vulcan crossbow does because honestly, we just blow everything up all the time. But that's sort of the high level what's happening on screen. You're going to see us moving really quickly from arena to arena and then just seeing enemies spawn in, watching them disappear just as fast. And that's kind of the whole run, honestly. We're going to be here for a minute. There's a lot of little nuance in each level, but that's on a high level what's happening here. We've also got these little green crystals around the arena. Those are called Styx crystals. They heal us, which, oddly enough, we don't want to do because we want to stay in our Last Breath Aegis. We want to stay on low health to deal double damage all the time. So James detonates them from afar to avoid accidentally healing himself. Yeah. That's I think the high level synopsis of what's going on here. We've also got this little skull that we take out every now and then to sort of stay on beat. We maintain our Fury meter primarily by attacking on beat. You can see these little arrows coming into the screen. And we're fighting our first boss, an aspect of the Red Judge. You'll see James pulls out periodically a different weapon, something called the Hellcrow boomerangs. Those are our main single target DPS big damage dealer. So we're using the Hellfire crossbow to clear these mobs that spawn around the arena in this phase. And then once we're back doing damage to the boss, who's currently invulnerable, we'll be switching right back to the Hellcrow boomerangs to finish it off.
And if you were watching on the new file run, I usually play with the voices turned off, but because this is the GD Queer after party, and just to instill as much gay panic in myself and as many viewers as possible, we're playing with the voice actors this time because it is a star-studded cast between Troy Baker, Jennifer Hale, and so many more.
Oh, good
yes.
heavens.
Yes. Troy Baker, the voice of Paz, Jennifer Hale, the voice of the Red Judge, and quite a few more star-studded names as we head into our second level here.
Yeah, so we're entering Stygia. For the most part, it's pretty straightforward. James is just working on clearing this first arena as quickly as he possibly can. Mostly just a bunch of marionettes that he's just gonna kind of take a perch and blast as they appear. When we get to the second arena, that's when we're gonna do our damage down on a little behemoth who hopefully they play nice and decide to attack us quickly, but we will see what happens there.
So many souls here makes a kind of electricity.
Do Styx crystals, take out those enemies up there, and let that behemoth hit us, and we are in Last Breath Aegis.
Yeah, I remember when we were showcasing New File, that guy kind of just stood there staring at you for a bit, not attacking. So it's nice to see him playing along this time.
They were ready for us.
And here is the whole trademark that can make or break IL runs of Stygia like you would not believe. That hole loves to have sticky edges to it.
Right.
I kid you not, I have lost 10 seconds to that hole and not being able to get through it.
Yeah, I've never had the pleasure of witnessing you struggling to get through the hole. You always make it look so easy, James.
That is the fortune of experience. You have to grind these levels for hours. My total hours into this game is almost to 1,000 now.
Oh,
And most of that
That's awesome.
is spent speedrunning. Ooh, and hey, there we go. We get to see the respawn mechanic. That's part of why we run as we do.
All right, so having died, James has to get his Fury meter back up, but he also has to find another damage down in order to re-enter Last Breath Aegis. We will see what the strategy for that is, because I have never seen that happen before.
Oh, you said the thing.
Yeah.
Thankfully, a lot of marionettes here early, but these Cambions ought to play nice. They did not play nice, never mind. We're still on full health. Oh. Back up Cambion, please.
There we are.
Yay, backup Cambion worked. We've had first Cambion, yes, but what about second Cambion? Oh, and there's the Styx Crystal right from behind. Alright, let's see if this behemoth will play nice. There we go. We'll be a little overhealed for this boss, but that's life. I have a damage down I can do on the boss here. Part of running this game is knowing your backups. We're going to have this boss move no matter what, so may as well let it move on our own terms. That attack is inevitable if the boss has moved. This phase, we're going to try and avoid taking damage here. Ooh, not the attack we wanted. Still survived it, somehow. That was unlucky. That stalker that spawned over there can spawn either there, over there, or over there. If it spawns over there, it'll get caught inside of that ultimate that I shot out. And while the boss is invulnerable here, we're going to go ahead and proc our ultimate from the Hell Pro boomerangs. Which will help us damage down that final phase of the boss just a little bit faster. Whew.
Nicely done.
Things got a little bit dicey. Things got a little bit dicey. Not my finest Stygia, just shaking off the nerves. Shaking off the nerves. We're good. We're good.
We're just trusting in the process.
Oh, yeah.
James makes it look easy, but it is not easy at all to stay on such low health for an entire level like that. Whoa.
Yeah, that was scary.
We're just gonna pretend that we're getting all the bad luck out of the way before, in my opinion, the worst level in the run. But if you ask a lot of speedrunners, probably one of their favorite levels.
Yeah, we're entering a place called Yelm, right? I think that's how it's pronounced. I don't really know. We're gonna enter this first arena, and not too long in, there's a couple of shield cambions that'll help us to damage down here. There it goes. Yeah, now it's just rinse and repeat. We look out for enemies spawning and just blast them into oblivion.
I have to say, I know that this is the whole point, but the soundtrack of this game is really good.
It's so good, yeah.
It's really good.
Yep, it is a star-studded cast. This song is sung by Tatiana Shemeluk of Ginger. Shout out to anyone who went to the Baby Metal concert that had Ginger on the lineup back at SGDQ. Wow, you never spawned there. That is the fastest spawn location, but still, it never does that.
Nice.
Yay.
Sometimes things can go well on Hotfix.
Yep. That's what you get for getting all the bad RNG out in practice, James.
Only statues left standing in the cathedral.
In this arena, we're really looking out for eyeless as well as cambions that will spawn in horrible places for us. Eyeless are bugs that love to throw acid at you, as well as this shield cambion that loves to spawn in this corner where you can't see him. Because why would he ever actually spawn over there where you'd want him to spawn?
Well, yes.
Why would RNG ever do the fast thing?
Yeah, why would we do the thing that makes sense?
And with this last behemoth, we're going to be moving on out of this arena. That guy always tries to sneak up behind you on those stairs there, but...
More like a...
Oh, here we do a fun little skip in the run, where we just kind of double jump and dash to get up these stairs rather than walking up them like a normal person. It saves about 2 seconds overall, but loses about 10 if we fail.
You don't go up your stairs.
There's a
like
lot of that in this run. Saves maybe a half second to 2 seconds.
I go down my stairs like that. I just kind of hop the rail, you know? But
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Just gonna take a safety heal here.
yeah, it was looking pretty dicey coming out of that last arena.
Of course, the behemoth spawns on the wrong side. You had 1 hit left, okay. Hitboxes are being hitboxed today. We're all good.
I am appreciating. I really am. This is a cool game.
Yeah. There's really not much else to say about it. I mean, the concept sounds so sick. It's Doom, but on the beat with just incredible music backing the whole thing. And then honestly, I prefer watching James to playing it myself because it's
Yeah, I could see that. I would maybe be stressed out the entire time I could play
big time.
this. But...
Yeah.
Oh, believe me, I'm stressed out myself.
It's all right, though. You're killing it.
For example, I was about half a second away from that Eyeless's acid killing me.
But it didn't.
Yep, I got lucky. Half of this run at this point is just luck, I won't lie. Once you get the skill down, it becomes pure luck.
for.
The joy.
Except for that part there where you know that those marionettes have to die first to spawn in the second wave. You have to learn the priority enemies. Shout out to Modern Doom speedrunning Discord, actually, which helped me learn about priority enemies in the first place. Originally wanted to learn Doom 2016, ended up learning about priority enemies for Metal Hellsinger.
What have I played?
Gotta love it. Speedrunners helping each other without even knowing it sometimes. It's a cool place over there in modern Doom speedrunning. But that was not the worst ELM I've ever had. It's actually probably pretty solid if I look at the IETs of it. Yeah, 617, that's not bad. Not the worst. We are going to be dropping down to Lamb difficulty here for a bit of consistency on a few specific things coming up here in Encaustus. One of which is a damage down, another of which is a specific piece of boss fight tech that is specific to this level and just doesn't matter for the rest of the run which difficulty we're on. So we had some certain reasons for the first 3 levels we were on lower difficulty, or higher difficulty I should say, but now we want to be on lower.
I know we were just speaking about the Doom community. Speaking of Doom, I believe we are going to be having some Doom on the schedule at AGDQ 2026, which will be live in Pittsburgh from January 4th through the 10th. Registration for that is still open. Yeah, I'm very, very excited for AGDQ. The games list is banger, and I'm not even saying that because I'm on it, but it's gonna be a great time. So you can still register to go if you aren't already, and if you want to experience the event in person. You can also visit gdq.gg for more information on that. It's gonna be an amazing time. Just make sure you pack a coat.
Very nice. I just want to shout out, just prior to this arena, James did this little skip over this pit of lava, dodging a number of invisible walls in a death plane, doing so, saving about, well, a few seconds and potentially costing much more, but I've never seen him fail it. Very nicely done.
You're just the goat, I don't know.
We're not going to talk about the 2 times I failed it in practice before you joined me.
Oh, sure.
Bad luck on those spawns there.
Shame that whole army got turned to ash. Tangle with the bull, and you're gonna get the horns.
That's a hard quote. I can't lie. That's awesome.
Tango with the bull, you're gonna get the horns. Yeah.
In any context, really. Yeah.
That's good.
Siege Behemoth down. First one of the run. A lot of this arena comes down to memorization. Such as remembering to throw out your Vulcan ultimate so you don't lose 5 seconds right there.
It's hard to remember.
And don't take a little bit of unnecessary damage, but sometimes we all make mistakes, and that's okay. How you recover is the more fun part.
Could not agree more.
Let's see if I survive this. If I do, then we're consistent. Yes. That is the consistent setup for the boss fight that only works on land difficulty. Setting up on the inner ring of this arena, right around here, right around this scorch mark, that's the lineup we use. We are perfectly safe from their attacks now. We just stand here while this attack comes out. I can sit here, have a nice talk with you, say, hey, how you doing? And lo and behold, no damage taken. On even GOAT difficulty, that is no longer consistent. You will die.
I love random little quirks like that. How it only works on one difficulty.
Yep, shout out to Destructor, the player I am currently tied for second with on the leaderboards, for showing me this. Absolutely wonderful French runner.
You know, one question I had, I asked James this prior to this stream. Why do we start at a higher difficulty and go to a lower one? Well, that's on the first few levels. We need those damage downs to get that extra damage. And if we start on Lamb and play that way the whole time, it takes that much longer to get hurt enough to get that last breath Aegis. Will we be going? Are we staying on Lamb for the rest of the run, or do we go back up to Goat after this level?
Staying on Lamb.
Gotcha. Okay.
Destructor, my co-second place runner right now, is currently using Lamb in the entirety of their run. I choose to use it for just the back half of my run, basically swapping at Encostus because it is faster for me personally to do the first 3 on GOAT difficulty. That was actually a really good Encostus. I'm very proud of that. But now for Gehenna, the bane of most speedrunners' existence, but a level that I have actually made a lot of new tech for, and am actually now currently the IL world record holder for. So hopefully I can show y'all something special here. Hopefully.
As always, I am trusting in your process. I believe.
To Marshall, and she turns to Dio.
First arena here, we're really just waiting for that Camion there to do a damage down. You can damage down at a few different points through this arena. Really up to personal choice.
Seraph did its sanctimonious heavenly Avenger thing.
Real important part comes here, avoiding your health crystals here, those Styx crystals. And hoping you get a good spawn on that stalker right there. Rough luck on where that one spawned right there, but losing my rhythm a bit. Gonna take a second to refocus.
Yeah, I cannot imagine it's easy trying to... I know you've got a commentator, but even just trying to do anything but play, I can't imagine it is easy.
So at this point, we're entering the third arena, which is kind of the big problem child in the run. It's really neat casually the way that it's structured, but just about anywhere you position yourself in here, there's some kind of column that's blocking sight lines on one of the positions that enemies can spawn. So it's a bit of a challenge. We've got to move around here a bit more than we do in other arenas to kind of stay on top of everything and go quickly.
Oh, bad luck. I was doing so well. That Camion just threw a Hail Mary from downtown.
Unlucky.
Knew I was playing it close there. Probably should have taken a safety heal somewhere, but that's okay. Just gonna let this guy unload into me a little bit. You can also see a little bit of how much less damage those Camions do now that I'm on Lamb difficulty as opposed to Goat difficulty. If I was on Goat difficulty and running this level for an IL, I would be probably just taking one round of those Camion shots and then jumping into a pit for the rest of the damage.
Yeah, Judge was desperate, all right.
I wish I could say that that was a bad Gehenna because of that death, but that's actually not too abnormal for top-level runners.
Oh, yeah.
Between running on low health and that arena in specific still being a problem child, even with the new plans, the new strategies we've implemented, it is a tough level. So this will probably come out pretty close to an average Gehenna time for a top-level runner. This arena, we're really just posting up, damaging down the phase as we go. This attack is kind of set at the end of every phase, so we're just kind of letting it burn some time, not too worried if I miss a couple beats here and there. Biggest thing I don't want to do is break that last Styx crystal, because that would throw off my health.
Yeah, James can use the lava that's in the center of the arena to help him damage down, but it's slow going, and we just want to kind of stay in that spot stages as long as we can.
Yep, I would rather tank an entire blast of those bullets than tank that lava. But there we go. We are through Gehenna. Not too great, not too shabby. We're cooking right along. 620. Lost a bit of time there, but not too bad. Gehenna is a tough one. On to Nihil. Nihil is the fastest level in the game, at least in terms of tempo for the soundtrack. Sung by Bjorn Speed Strid for any of my power metal or speed metal fans out there.
Yeah, here we're operating at around 140 beats per minute, which you might hear that and think to yourself, that's not that fast. But keep in mind, we're having to play a video game while we're doing that. There's a lot to consider. And we won't see it in this run, but on new files, some of the weapons that we use, you end up having to perform actions on the half beat as well. So that's 280 beats per minute. It's a bit of a nightmare, but here we kind of take it easy.
Here I have what I lovingly call the Pong Arena, because you're really just going back and forth.
that's awesome.
I guess no one expected her to make it so far.
Not really too much about that arena. We've really just kind of got that perch there. We sit there. That is the most we have a perch arena there is in this run, really. That one right there, the Pong arena. Heck, the game even gives you the perch in that instance.
Unknown cleared everybody from her.
Let's see if I can get these lineups today.
This is so sick.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, James brought me on to commentate, but honestly, I just want to let the music breathe. I'm just kind of jamming out over here.
Now,
I cannot tell you how many times when I'm playing casually, I'm just singing along to the music.
laws of
David
it's
Goldfarb,
good.
one of the story writers, actually co-wrote every single piece of music in this game because the music does tell the story. Mentioning David Goldfarb, RIP to the Outsiders, 07 to the Outsiders. The studio that was behind this game has sadly been shuttered recently, so everyone that worked on this game has sadly really pretty much just lost their jobs. So, wishing them best in their future endeavors.
07 for sure. This is a great game. It's unfortunate to hear.
This is a fun little boss arena. Gimmick here, we've got an illusory form. The boss shows up. If you attack it, it won't do anything. Fortunately, it's 100% consistent, so James knows exactly where he needs to aim to do damage at
Yeah.
any time.
This boss is terrifying the first time you encounter it casually.
What's even more terrifying is if James does this too quickly, there's a possibility of a soft lock. So hopefully, let's go fast, but not too fast.
Thankfully, I think I'm pretty safe from that. I haven't had that happen in a while, but I'm gonna go ahead and knock on the wood of my desk here. Hopefully y'all can hear that on stream, but... Haven't had that soft lock happen in a while. There's a couple little soft locks that can happen in this game, but this one is one of the worst ones that can happen in a lot of runners' minds. Gonna pop my Hellcrow ultimate here, try and take out a couple of things that might spawn. Got very lucky, both Cambions and the Void Stalker spawned there, so took them all out instantly. That was very lucky. That's about as fast as you can go.
Nice.
And we are safe from the soft block because the soft block will happen just before that final boss phase. The final boss phase just simply will not trigger if you do get soft locked. It won't spread into that final phase. And that was actually my fastest stage yet in terms of how close it was to my current PB. So we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good.
Let's go.
Let's see if we can kick it into gear in these last two levels, though. Acheron, it technically has about a 40-second time swing right at the boss fight in terms of pure RNG, in terms of what attacks the boss throws at you.
So yeah, unknown was
So right at the start, we get this really quick damage down where James just dashes into the pit right next to him several times to get his damage up. Yeah, I know, damage down to damage up. It's just kind of...
Acheron was not
It's like working with a stick shift, if anybody's familiar with one of those. Yeah. Just like that.
Yeah, we're playing with manual transmission here.
I think that's actually the end of my notes for this particular level. The rest of it is pretty straight. You get a couple arenas, you get a boss, you throw the boomerangs, and you move on. But
I had an entire server full of notes for you, Pickled.
I know. I've watched videos. I've read the notes.
I know.
I'm just saying, this one in particular, there's, I don't know, it's a lot of... You know this game so much better than I do, James. Half the time, I'm looking at things blowing up, and I don't know what just blew up, because I only saw it for a split second, but...
I feel that.
Fair enough. Very fair. Most games have frame perfect stuff. I have beat perfect.
It's all heavy in the air now.
Yay, no marionettes got stuck in the geometry there.
Trains run here. Not ever.
The marionettes love to get stuck in level geometry. There's nothing we can do about that. They'll often respawn. But that does mean time loss when it happens.
I do have one other note. It's, we're in like an old dilapidated subway station or something. That's it. I just think that's...
Or something.
Yeah.
Yep, new setup here that I have to deal with that Styx crystal down there, so I don't have to worry about accidentally healing off it. And means I have more consistent spawns here off of this Stalker and Void Stalker.
Here they come.
Developed that while grinding for my latest PB. That is one of the strats that I actually did develop myself. A lot of other stuff has just been developed by the community over the years. Shoutouts to Durka Monster, Destructor, Resvic, Cheeky8, so many legendary runners in this community. We're small, but we are tight-knit. Ooh, a little bit of an accidental heal there, but
Yeah, I was gonna say.
we do have this Siege Behemoth right here. If it'll actually hit its shots. There we go. Normally that's my backup for if I accidentally healed at the end of that other arena we just finished. How to tell which level has given me the most trouble? I know my backups for this level the best.
Everything building.
And noticeably with this level, I do not have Paz with me,
Gears keep grinding souls down to nothing.
which means I cannot keep my Fury up between arenas except by damaging enemies.
The last aspect waited ahead. After that, you judge yourself.
There's a lot of story reasons that go into that, but I would highly recommend playing the story for yourself. It is extremely well written, a wonderful project of love and creativity. A lot of incredible hand-painted art. and a number of wonderful generated cutscenes, pure CGI artwork in those cutscenes. No AI used in this game. Pure artist work and story work and hours of effort from a team that loved this game and loved the story they were telling. So if you want to hear the story for yourself, I'd highly recommend going and picking this game up.
Yeah,
It's
currently,
available
Chad,
just about everywhere you can get.
yeah, this game is $30 on Steam, and I think you would be hard pressed to say it's not worth every bit of that.
And it has a free expansion. The Leviathan mode is completely free. You are not locked out of any story-driven content by a paywall. It is purely cosmetic behind a paywall. Oh, bad luck. We'll go ahead and take that heal there, damage back down. Ooh. That was intentional, believe it or not.
No, yeah, really, really nice. Yeah.
Do have to focus a little more. That tick track is slightly off sync from the music. Oh, bad luck on that attack pattern. We did get one final attack from the boss there. That'll be about a 20-second time swing. Yeah, about 20 seconds of time loss on that boss fight. But not too shabby, not too shabby. Closer to actually 25. You lose an extra 5 seconds there on that final attack being used. But hey, not too shabby. We got through Akron, and we are on to the final level. Shoal, here we go. Personally, my favorite level in the game, not just because of the songs in it, but for a number of reasons. But the fact that you get Dennis Lixon of Refused and Serge Tonkian of System of a Down singing you through the final level is a big plus.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I have written here in my notes, sick boss fight. That's all I've written. I don't know what to tell you. We've got a few arenas, as per usual, coming up through that. I haven't written down the damage down. I don't know when that's going to happen, actually.
Well, if the Siege Behemoth would play nice, he's really not playing nice today.
Yeah, he's just checking in you, sizing you up, you know.
Yeah, we did have a question from chat that was asking if is the damage boost on low health, does it scale or is it just a single threshold you have to drop below?
So yeah, it's so there's a number of optional levels in between each of these hells that we go to where you unlock different passive buffs. The Last Breath Aegis, which is the ability that gives us this double damage on low health, there's 3 different sort of optional levels, like gauntlets that you go through in order to upgrade that. It starts at first at a 50% damage buff, then 75, then 100. On 8 Hells, and typically we start with everything unlocked, so we've got that full 100 from the get-go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, same goes for the ghost rounds. You see James sort of had that crossbow out, and then he quickly puts it away, takes it back out. Every time he does that, he's getting 8 additional rounds in what is supposed to be a 2-round before you reload weapon. That also has a number of phases that it upgrades through, which we've already unlocked.
Made it through that arena just fine. Okay. That arena always stresses me the heck out. You would think it would be one of these later arenas, but no, it's that one. Something about the fact that you'll almost always have a behemoth jumping at you, hook or cannon first, probably is what does it. I say that, and then our strat in this arena is just to run up and give a Hierophant a hug.
Hierophants, they're these little floating winged guys. They're summoners, effectively, so we want to take them out as quickly as possible. Yeah.
Figured I'd take a second, let you all actually see one for once.
Why'd they go after her?
Hey, thanks,
Why'd
man.
she get rid of her?
Yeah, I feel like there's one that we run right by back in Gehenna, or Nile. I'm not even sure.
In Cost, it's on the bridge.
Costas? Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that's the only one I've ever seen without just blowing up immediately.
Oh, bad luck. I thought he had lobbed that a little lower, but the fun fact about shield cambions, the lobs that they put out there will actually expand. So we're gonna go over here and give this big old behemoth a hug. See, the Unknown doesn't want to destroy demons, she just wants to give them hugs, right?
Right.
That's what the slaughter mechanic is, right? Right.
Right, surely, yeah.
The slaughter mechanic you have seen it once in this run. That's the glory kill type mechanic in this game. We don't use it much in this run.
Yeah, just
mostly because
into a little animation.
Yeah, and it also gives us health back, so takes us out of our damage boost, so we don't usually use it unless we're getting a specific safety heal. Alright, here we go.
Here it is.
Just gonna take a second to breathe. Here we go. Sure. No Tomorrow, featuring Sir Shankian from System O Down.
Good luck.
Here we go. Set attack here in the first phase. Sometimes you can get to skip that. Not quite this time around, but that is just a very, very tight window. This one will also be a tight window here. Gotta destroy all 3 crystals once they are activated. Bad luck. Got the crystals destroyed, but in the middle of a bad AoE phase. I do have a backup here that is pretty easy to do. First things first, we're going to grab this 16x Fury that always spawns here. And then we're going to start working on these spawners, but we're going to let that one attack us. Thought I'd gotten that one already. Guess not. Was one hit away. 16 beats, and then the eyes will ignite. Skip that attack there by damaging it just right. Final wave of enemies coming in here. And final stand against the boss. Time will be coming up very, very soon. That is not time yet. We are done with damaging everything. We are done with inputs, but time is when the boss shrinks down and hits the ground. All right. Whew. Time. There we go.
GG's.
All right. Not my best run, not my worst run, but I'm happy with that. I'm a little under the weather today, so I cannot complain with those results. I do see one person in chat that I am going to call out real quick. Kava Guy, figuring out latency for this game. Took me a long time to figure out latency for this game, too. Best solution I've found. Test your latency 3 different times, take the median, and adjust up and down in 3 millisecond increments from there. Your audio latency will be a lot more important than your video latency, because I would love to see a lot more people running this game, or at least playing this game and enjoying it, because if you can develop the skill for the rhythm sensitivity, it is so much more enjoyable, at least to me, than using the always on rhythm feature. There is an always on rhythm feature. I am all for accessibility features. But that said, if you want to come over to the Metal Hellsinger Speedruns SRC page or the Discord server, we'd love to have you. I am a moderator and verifier on the SRC page, so if you want to send in your runs, I'll put it like this. I started 9 months ago speedrunning this game, and calling it speedrunning is generous. My starting time was 1 hour and 40 minutes. My PB is now tied with the second best in the world at just about 47 minutes. So time, effort, and determination, and also just hanging out with a small dedicated community of gamers that want to see you improve to whatever you want to do. So we would love to have you. Anarchy, anything else for you to say?
Yeah, before both of you go, where can the people find you?
I am on YouTube at James V. Swan. I am on Twitch at James_Swan_. Finally was able to at least get some variant of James Swan there. It used to be James V. Swan there as well, but hey, finally got a normal James Swan. But otherwise, I am on Blue Sky at James Swan Camops at bsky.social. And that's about it. I'm gonna let the credits roll. Pickled, anything else for you to say?
No, not at all. Yeah, honestly, thanks for having me. You guys can find me in James's channel when he's streaming speedrunning this game.
Yep, and one final shout out to the Outsiders for the amazing game that they made, the amazing team that was behind it. I wish all of them the best in whatever happens next, since they were sadly shuttered earlier this year, just about a month ago. They made a truly wonderful game. And that said, Ray, I'm gay. Thank you, GDQ, and shoutouts to Anarchy for having me on for the GDQ After Party.
Of course. Thank you so much for doing that amazing run of Metal Hellsinger. That was awesome. I was in awe. Just the music and just the concept of the game is absolutely amazing. But with that, that is going to be it for Hidden Heroes tonight. This, of course, the GD Queer After Party. Like I said, it is always worth celebrating and showcasing queer joy, especially in the times that we're currently living in. It's important to always unapologetically and always unabashedly be yourself and be who you are. But with that, my friends, you are all great and you're also all heroes. So that's going to be good night for me. But make sure you stick around for more awesome runs and runners on Express Lane after the break.